Biden's polling numbers are getting so bad that his campaign refuses to believe them. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time to talk about the 2024 presidential election because most people would agree that as of now, Donald Trump is leading Joe Biden in most polls. And this isn't just my opinion. This isn't just a subjective opinion. No, this is an objective fact. Whether you're looking at RCP, whether you're looking at 538, hell, looking at individual pollsters, Donald Trump is leading Joe Biden as of now. But apparently, according to the Biden campaign, all the numbers are completely fake. Yeah, you heard that right. They're not just saying this publicly. Apparently, the Biden campaign in private is outright denying every pollster except a select few. And you can probably guess which pollsters they believe in. The ones that have Biden slightly winning. Yeah, this campaign is not just publicly saying it. In private, they actually believe this crap. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, let us get into it because I cannot believe that this is real. Again, a campaign can publicly say the polling is fake, it's misleading, whatever. But this goes a step beyond that, because most campaigns, when they have a bad poll, they'll just say, it's one poll, it's not the actual election. You could argue that. But apparently, the Biden campaign is actually believing what they're saying in public. That, oh no, the polling is actually fake. President Biden doesn't believe his bad poll numbers, and neither do many of his closest advisors, according to people familiar with the matter. The dismissiveness of the poor polling is sincere, not public spin, according to Democrats who have spoken privately with the president and his team. Yeah, they actually believe the theory that the polling is all fake, Biden is secretly winning. It's crap you would see on Twitter, and they actually believe it. This reminds me of the DeSantis campaign. They said the same crap, and they actually believed it. And now the Biden campaign, they believe all the polling is fake, except a select few. You can probably guess which ones his campaign believes are real. The ones that have him slightly winning. That bedrock belief has informed Biden's largely steady-as-she-goes campaign, even as many Democrats outside the White House are agitating for the campaign to change direction, given that Biden's polling well behind where he was 4 years ago. Are you freaking serious? This campaign actually believes it. They believe the polling is fake. It's a grand conspiracy. The fact that many Democrats are open and public, they're saying, and they're not affiliated with the Biden campaign. Notice that? The ones that are Democrats but are not actually involved with the day-to-day operations, they're saying, hey, buddy, you better wake up. Your numbers are not good. This isn't a fluke. The public polling simply does not reflect the president's support, they say. What? This might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Just an example to show you how stupid these people are. Just look at Biden's favorability. In January of 2022, his favorability was 44%. Right now, it's 39%. Now, they could argue, well, it's not that bad. It's not at 39%. Either way, it doesn't matter if it's at 39%, 41%, who cares? There's a clear trend. His favorability has gone down. His approval? It's outright collapsed. He went from a 53% approval rating in his first week down to 38%. This is not a fluke. This is not, polls being fake. That's not what's happening. Because it would just be one or two polls that have these numbers. And you can argue that's a fluke, but it's every single poll that has Biden doing this bad. Not just favorability, approval. The head-to-head matchup with Trump, same deal. For crying out loud, back in May of 2020, Biden was leading Trump by like 4 points at the same moment. Now Trump is winning by a point. So you're going to tell me that it's a grand conspiracy that every poll is making it up? It's a grand conspiracy that the polling firms secretly want to make Biden lose. What? The polling firms are mostly Democrat. Pollsters tend to be more Democrat than not. So how the hell is it a grand conspiracy that secretly the polling is all wrong and Trump is actually losing? It's not. They're making stuff up, but they actually believe it. And that's the scary part. They believe what they're saying in public. In public and private, Biden's been telling anyone who will listen that he's gaining ground and is probably up on Donald Trump in their rematch from 2020. Okay, he could be up from losing by 5 or 6. He's probably losing by 1 to 2 as of now. Is that possible? Maybe. It's possible. But even if you're up by a point, Trump would still win the Electoral College in that situation. You would have to win by 3 to 4 points to have a chance of winning. That's based off the results of 2020. That's just basic math. If Trump is doing 4 points better at the national level, he's going to win the election, especially in states that he lost by what? 20,000 votes? While the press doesn't want to write about it, the momentum is clearly in our favor. With the polls moving towards us and away from Trump, Biden told donors during a West Coast swing last week, instead of losing by, 4 to 5 points, you're down by 1 to 2 points. Congratulations. What an accomplishment. You're gaining momentum. No, you're not. All that's really changed since January and February when Trump was leading by 4 to 5 points, which no one actually believed that was going to happen because undecideds and all of that. All that's changed, a bunch of Democrats that were hesitant towards you decided to pick you over Trump. That's what's happening. And even then, you're still losing. A few days earlier, confronted with some of his bad polling numbers in a rare interview with CNN, Biden offered a more sweeping indictment of polling methodology. The polling data has been wrong all along. How many of you guys do a poll at CNN? How many folks do you have to call to get one response? Which, okay, that's a reasonable response, but they're not the only pollster. CNN is not the only poll that has Trump winning by, a couple points. Yeah, they actually have him winning by 6. You have Emerson. You have Morning Consult, which is a tracking poll. Harvard-Harris up by 4. Civics up by 1. NBC News up by 2. But I love how they didn't say a word back in 2020. They didn't say a damn word about Trump losing Wisconsin by 17. They probably cited it as proof that Biden is going to win the election. But now they have him losing, and they believe every poll is fake. Now, I'm not saying that you should make your predictions based off of polling. I'm not saying you should. You should be careful with polls. They can be wrong. Fine. But to outright deny polling as a grand conspiracy, it's all fake. The DeSantis campaign did the same thing, and look what happened. They got embarrassed in Iowa. The latest polling in the 6 battleground states likely to decide the presidential race, Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, doesn't paint a rosy picture for Biden. A new New York Times Siena survey, which sampled more than 4,000 people across the swing states, 4,000 people, mind you. This isn't like 5 people. 4,000. Had Trump winning 5 of them among registered voters. A Bloomberg News poll last month found Biden trailing Trump in 6 to 7 swing states. They also polled North Carolina. So you're telling me the New York Times and Bloomberg, which, by the way, New York Times traditionally has been overstating Democrats. They usually are known for that. But back in 2020, they had Trump losing Florida, for crying out loud, barely winning Ohio. But now they have Trump winning in the swing states. Would they be off and they actually overstate Trump? It's possible. That's one of the theories that Democrats are using, that secretly the polling is actually going to overstate Trump. Is it possible? Maybe. But the problem is you cannot bank on that theory for one reason. 2016 to 2020. We have a history with Trump overperforming the polls. Trump is not the average Republican. People got to understand, the polling miss in 2022, you cannot apply to Trump because Trump is, by most accounts, one of the biggest overperformers of all polling in the history of American politics. That's a fact. He has overperformed both times he ran, and not just in a couple states, in virtually every single swing state, not by, a point, by, in some instances, 5 to 6 points, 7. This is Donald Trump. This isn't, the average Republican. This isn't the generic ballot. That's a separate ordeal. Trump has a history of overperforming. Some national polls have shown Biden ahead or tied with Trump, and in several other polls, the president is within the survey's margin for error. That's given Democrats and Republicans alike ammunition to claim they have momentum. Biden likes to cite his numbers in a recent PBS Marist poll, which showed him ahead. And you can look this up. That PBS Marist poll had way more bizarre crosstabs than the New York Times poll, which again, you could argue that the New York Times Siena survey, that was off a little bit. Fine, you could argue that. But at least you look at the crosstabs, you can just at least say, hey, the reason the numbers look bizarre is a bunch of undecided voters exist in the poll, and some of the voters are voting for a third-party candidate, whatever. But that Marist poll, it has Trump winning like 36% of black voters, but somehow only winning white voters by 3? It's like, wait, what? So that poll is fine. That's a perfectly fine poll because it has Biden slightly winning. But the New York Times poll is fake because it has Trump winning. Really? We're doing this crap now? I cannot believe that the talking points from Twitter have reached this campaign. The fact that's even real? Like, I thought this was fake. I really thought that this was, a parody. That this campaign actually believed the crap that was being said on Twitter about all the polling, except the ones that have him slightly winning. And you can look through this article. I believe, right here, they cite surveys by Marist, Echelon Insights, and Marquette. The 3 pollsters that this cycle have been some of the biggest outliers. I just find it ironic that this campaign claims the polling is all fake, except these 3 polls. They're true because they have us winning. Are you freaking serious? Again, you can be hesitant about some polling, like the CNN poll. Is Trump going to win by 6? I don't think so. But to outright deny every single pollster, except the ones that have Biden barely ahead, is not good. It's not a good campaign strategy. But my biggest question about this campaign is if you believe the polling is all fake, like, okay, Trump is not actually winning, he's not even going to win at all. Okay, fine. Then why the hell did your own pollster, Impact Research, Impact Research is one of Biden's pollsters, at least one of his pollsters worked for them. They did a poll with Fabrizio, which is Trump's main pollster in Virginia. They have Biden winning by 1 point in the Commonwealth of Virginia. A state that Biden won by 10 points. He won here by 10. So you're going to tell me that his own pollster is fake. Like, okay, you could argue maybe their internals have something different. Why the hell would Impact Research and Fabrizio work together on a Virginia poll? And they have Biden up by 1. Why would they make that up? This was an opportunity for Biden's own pollster to prove to the world that, no, actually, the polls are all fake. Yeah, that worked well. They did a poll with Fabrizio, which is Trump's pollster. These are the 2 pollsters, Fabrizio and Impact Research. And they have Trump down by 1 here. So is it a grand conspiracy that even your own pollster is making up numbers? That's what they're claiming. But we just got to see what happens. Again, I'm not saying that Trump's going to lose Virginia by 1. It's still unlikely that, Trump wins by 6. But Don't be like the Biden campaign where you claim every poll is fake, it's a grand conspiracy. It's not. To actually believe that is unbelievable. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.